Pickle, it's time to continue rolling out our Texas high school football rankings. We, of course, are the rankings of record in Texas high school football. We're the official rankings provider of the Associated Press. We can find expanded rankings in the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. But we want to give you a little taste. First taste is free. We'll give you a little taste.
I don't like that.
Of the 2022 Texas high school football rankings in the preseason for 3A Division 1. 3A Division 1, which is kind of everybody, all the contenders pile into the car here because of what realignment did to them. How does 3A Division 1 shake out this year? Let's find out together. Let's start with the number 10 team in 3A Division 1 rankings. The Trojans of West are the number 10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football to start the season. This is a team that brings back a lot of offensive skill position guys. 2 running backs, 2 receivers, their quarterback. There's questions on the offensive line and on the defensive line as well, the front 7. That's the question here for David Woodard's bunch. But this is the team that made it to the regional final last year, gave Mount Vernon everything that they could want. They may take a small step back, but I think it'll only be a very small step back, especially if that defense grows up in a hurry. I think they've got an opportunity to really make some noise. West starts year number 10 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 9, the Cowboys of Edna are the number 9 team to start the year in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. This is a team that I think has an opportunity to really surprise some people. 17 starters are back from last year's team that was a 10-win squad and district champions, including 10 starters on the defensive side. This defense is going to be absolutely loaded, and that's going to be a problem considering they're usually pretty darn good at defense. If this team stays healthy, they have an opportunity to really make a run down there in Region 4. As a matter of fact, they start the year as our favorite in Region 4. The Edna Cowboys, the number 9 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 8, where we find the Columbus Cardinals, the number 8 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football, a 10-win team from a year ago, has plenty of experience and plenty of depth in here. They have a chance to be as good as they've ever been for Coach Matt Schobel and company. This is a program that brings back 9 starters on both sides of the ball. They're brimming with experience, and they've got those senior leaders that you need. Furthermore, they've got a Schobel at quarterback. Tends to be good things when they got a Schobel at quarterback. The Columbus Cardinals start the year number 8 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 7, over to Region 2 we go, where we find the Malakoff Tigers as the number 7 team on Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Coach Jamie Driscoll's got something cooking out there on Cedar Creek Lake after a 9-win team a year ago. 14 starters are back from last year's regional semifinals. This team is going to be really experienced in the secondary. They're going to be really experienced on the offensive line. They lose some really good players, and they've got to figure out some things in the front 7. That's really going to be the question for them, plus a quarterback. But that said, Malakoff, I think, has earned the benefit of the doubt. Remember, this is a team that has won, let's see if I can do some quick math, 23, 33, 42 games over the last 4 seasons. This is one of the most consistent programs in 3A. Malakoff ain't going nowhere. The Tigers of Malakoff are the number 7 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. If you're going to have Malakoff, you might as well have Grandview at number 6, considering they're pretty much tied at the hip. The Grandview Zebras are the number 6 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football to start the year. This defense, I think, has an opportunity to be really, really dangerous. I really like what the Zebras bring back defensively with 9 starters back in the fold. Furthermore, they've got some superstars. Cason English, their wide receiver, defensive back, he is a star maker, a big-time playmaker on both sides of the ball, a guy that I'm really excited to see take the field this year. The Grandview Zebras are going to be very dangerous, one of the favorites there in Region 2. Grandview starts the year number 6 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 5, the Jim Ned Indians are the number 5 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. A 12-1 a year ago, ran into Brock on the way, but this is a team that brings back a lot of experience, especially on the defensive side. They've got a lot of 3-year starters there from Matt Fanning's squad. Of course, the 2020 state champions are back to run it back again. This is a team that is going to be regrouping in a few key positions, but they're going to be very, very competitive, and I think that this is going to be a team, especially on the defensive side, that may lead the way early. They're in Region 1. They're going to be a threat. Jim Ned, the 2020 champions, they start the year number 5 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Not a whole lot of spots left, but one of them belongs to the Mount Vernon Purple Tigers, the number 4 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football State semifinalist from a year ago. This is a team that has plenty of offensive skill position talent, and the front seven, I think, has a chance to be really, really good. One of the things, they've got a ton of talent coming back, but one of the questions I have is going to be on the offensive line. This is an offense. Coach Brad Willard wants to throw the ball around. Can they protect their quarterback? If they do that, they're going to be cooking with Crisco, especially with the quarterback play that they are getting with Braden Bennett. So keep an eye on Mount Vernon. This could be the year that they break through and win it all. Mount Vernon starts the year as our favorite in Region 2. They start the year number 4 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 3, the defending 3A Division I state champion Lorena Leopards start the year number 3 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. They bring back a great core at the linebacker spot, and they bring back one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the state in Jaden Porter. We got to see their new quarterback Jackson Generals, who was very impressive at state 7-on-7. But they graduate 4 of their 5 starters on the offensive line, and that's going to be a bit of a problem for them. They've got to figure that out. If they figure out the offensive line, Ray Biles is going to have an opportunity to go back-to-back for Lorena. This is a dangerous team. Just because they graduated a lot, especially on the offensive side, does not mean they're going away. We think that they are a true blue contender. They're in Region 3. The Lorena Leopards start the year number 3 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. But Lorena's not even the favorite to win their own district. The number 2 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football, their district bunkmates, the Franklin Lions, start the year number 2 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. The defending 3A Division II state champions are thrust into a district of doom there in District 11 3A Division I, and there's plenty of reason to believe that this team can go back-to-back. The Bryson Washington is back in the fold. This is a team that's got speed all over the field, and now they've got that kind of experience. 11 starters are back from the state championship squad. It's going to be a battle each and every week, and they need to develop a little bit of depth, but this is a Franklin team that can absolutely make the leap to 3A Division I and win another state championship. Franklin starts year number 2 in 3A Division I in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And the number 1 team in 3A Division I to start the year, the Brock Eagles. The state finalists from a year ago came up short to Lorena in that title game. And this is a team that, is going to have a little bit of rebuilding. Just 9 starters are back overall for Coach Billy Mathis's bunch. But at the same time, a second year in the system, a second year in that power spread, bringing back quarterback Tyler Moody, who was a 3,000-yard passer, bringing back a star linebacker in Zach Brewster, bringing back a quality front seven led by Hunter Fay, bringing back a playmaker on both sides of the ball like Reed Watkins. We think that this Brock team has an opportunity to win a state championship. It's not going to be easy, but they start the year as a favorite in Region 1. They start the year as our pick to win a state championship and avenge that loss to Lorena in the title game. The Brock Eagles start the year number 1 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. So there you are, the 3A Division I rankings to start the year. Number 10, West. Number 9, Edna. Number 8, Columbus. Number 7, Malakoff. Number 6, Grandview. Number 5, Jim Ned. Number 4, Mount Vernon. Number 3, Lorena. Number 2, Franklin. And the number 1 team in 3A Division I to start the year, the Eagles of Brock. Of course, you can find expanded rankings for every Texas high school football classification in the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You can secure your copy today if you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe. So, as we've been doing, the de facto semifinals would be Brock and Mount Vernon, which is what we had last year. 35-28 is a great game. And then it would be Franklin against Edna. Franklin against Edna would be what it was there.
Edna was probably the program that I was most surprised by being on the top 10, but then you look at what they bring, and it's they came out of nowhere.
And here's the other thing about Edna.
Oops.
That's fine. I know what you said there. The other thing about Edna, they bring back a ton, especially on the defensive side. They're going to be absolutely loaded defensively. If they can find some depth, they're going to be very dangerous. The other thing is, when you take a look at Region, when you take a look at Region 4, right? Take a look at Region 4.
Sting 'em.
My question is, who is going to be the team that beats them? Now, last year, you may remember the team that won Region 4 was Lago Vista. Well, Lago Vista ain't there.
Nope.
Lago Vista made the move up to 4A Division 2.
Right.
So, there's going to be a new champion in Region 4. Is it Llano? Is it their district bunkmate Vanderbilt Industrial?
Right. Because the past couple of years, it's run through those two teams.
Yeah, or is it a team, or is it a party crasher like Blanco?
Yep.
Or a party crasher we saw a great year from Corpus Christi, London. Can they do that again? Yeah, Region 4 is the real mystery box.
Yeah.
Edna's our pick right now, I think because of the experience, and I think that they can get over the hump. Region 3 is the meat grinder.
I was going to say, it's almost guaranteed that, whoever comes out of Region 4 is going to have some punishment waiting for him in that state
Franklin,
semifinal.
Lorena, Columbus,
that's
Little River Academy, Cameron Yo.
I'd be willing to say
Diboll.
that's one of the toughest regions in any classification.
It's really dangerous. Region 2 is no slouch either with Mount Vernon, Grandview, and Malakoff. You add in West, by the way. In fact, they've got the most state-ranked teams. But then you add in a team like Gladewater, which could be dangerous, or Tatum. And then Region 1, it feels like Brock and Gymnad.
Yeah,
like Brock and Gymnad again.
Pretty loud.
Feels like those are the two top teams that'll go at it again, and I'm down for it.
They're out. Gymnad is Xavier Wisher is out, right? He's a senior. He
graduated. He graduated.
So that's a big loss.
Very interesting. You can find expanded rankings in the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. So please go texasfootball.com/subscribe.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on texasfootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to texasfootball.com/subscribe.